Hello, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm talking about one fragrance in particular, and when I say talking about, I mean I'm going to be giving you my very first impressions. It's a fragrance I haven't smelled, and it has kindly been sent to me by Ormonde Jayne, and it's Bukhara. So here we have the box still in its cellophane, and I'm gonna sniff it for the first time on camera. So I'm undoing it now, hopefully, and we'll see what Bukhara is all about. So there it is, unsheathed. That is the box. And now we've got the cellophane on, and are we going to slide out? I think we're going to slide out. Yeah. So it slides out. You have a sleeve, and then a lifty uppy lid here. We've got some information, but there is the bottle in the box. So I do enjoy Ormonde Jayne presentation. I like the simplicity, but I think the thickness of the glass, the silver cap, I'm trying to get it out of the box, all looks, I've got it out now. So yeah, the thickness of the glass, you can see how thick it is on the bottom there. Nice silver cap that's got quite a bit of weight to it. It's not a plastic cap, it feels like it's metal. I just feel like the whole thing is classy, understated, but a little bit opulent. You've got some gold writing on the front here, which feels like it's been printed onto the glass. So very, very nice presentation. But I'm here for the smell. I don't know about you. So I've got some information here. I think I've got the notes there. It's from the Route de la Soie collection within Ormonde Jayne. And what I'm going to do is spray it onto my skin directly, see what I get from it, and then I'll refer to the notes, because I don't want to be influenced straight away by what the note listing says, because in reality what the notes are and what we smell generally are going to be different. Flying around, and I just want to smell it raw. So clean hand, nice sprayer, not breathing in, just gonna, oh, now breathing in. Okay. It's so interesting. When I first sprayed it, I felt some typical kind of woody, almost oud-like aroma chemicals that make me think of walking into Harrods, you know, when a million perfumes have been sprayed, and lots of them would be quite heavy on the aroma chemicals, quite heavy on sort of oud-like materials. And I got that when I first smelled it, and I'm getting it now, but up close is a peachy, something that's like peachy, but also a bit like heliotrope, but not quite. Yeah, that's really interesting. So in the air, I get these sort of woody and sort of like westernized oud accord in the general air that makes me think of Harrods. But up close, peach, sort of a fresh, fairly vibrant peach. That's a little bit like modern fragrances, sort of almost a little, when I say modern fragrance, I need to elaborate. Modern designer perfumes, fruity, sort of feminine leaning designer perfume. So it's like you took a something like Idole Aura. That always comes to my mind when I think of sort of peachy, sort of syrupy peachy fragrances. Something like Idole Aura meets a Harrods sort of oody, woody kind of thing. So it's almost a paradox. Maybe it's not just almost a paradox, maybe it is a paradox. It's a touch soapy as well, so a little bit of like a soapy aspect to this peachy nature. A freshness, it might be almost figgy. I think it's more peach than fig, but you know how fig can sometimes smell peachy? Because to me it smells peachy. Because it smells peachy, peach is not my favourite note. So this isn't instant wow, instant love at the moment, but I'm finding it interesting because of the contrast. The way that it smells in the air, which is much more, a little bit like oody, but not barnyard oud, not like when you smell perfumes with quite strong natural oud notes, then they can smell very much like you're out when the farmers are muck spreading. Nothing like that. It's much more that Harrods oud that's kind of more woody, not really animalic at all. And yet a cleanliness, like I said, soapy. So it's like peach soap with a slightly smoky, woody oud accord. Not really obnoxious, I don't think, from what I'm getting at the moment. It doesn't feel like really sort of scratchy, nasty, or anything like that. It feels interesting. What else am I getting here? Some other sweet notes, I think, but nothing really obvious. Wouldn't surprise me if there's a touch of vanilla, probably a little resin, like a benzoin, something like that. Florals. Probably some white floral, something giving it a light floral touch, but it's not a floral perfume. At the moment for me it's more fruity with that woody / oud accord mixing in, but that woody / oud accord is not annoying me, it's not too much. It is a little bit dry though. I don't tend to go for dry perfumes. The peach is not dry, but the oody woody accord is. I feel like the fragrance is a little more dry altogether when you sort of just smell it all together. It's a little more dry than maybe my taste. I do tend to not like dry things. It's like it's a little bit like pencil sharpenings. I would suspect there's something like ambroxan and maybe some other sort of ambery materials in here. That means you're going to get amazing longevity, you're going to get really good performance from the perfume. But it's just not really my cup of tea. That's just not the direction I like in perfumery. I definitely feel like I'm getting a little bit of a vanillic, almost like a vanilla ice cream, but really, really subtle. Let's read the notes. Here we go. bergamot, peach, blackcurrant, tuberose, orange blossom, jasmine, sambac, sandalwood, white cedarwood, vanilla, oud and dry amber. I am quite pleased with myself. I was right about the peach. It is definitely quite peachy. Yeah, and tuberose, I understand that now. It sort of reminds me of the tuberose in, is it Rolling in Love? Yeah, Rolling in Love, but it only sort of quite subtle in the composition. The main thing for me, the thing that is sort of overshadowing everything, is that all the woods. So it says sandalwood, white cedarwood, oud and dry amber, and they're listed as base notes, but you do get all this woodiness, this dryness, you know, straight away. And they're kind of overshadowing that peach, which is a shame. But I do definitely get those sweet notes coming through, which made me think of vanilla ice cream, but really very, very subtle on that as well. So if you're thinking that it's a gourmand, then you're going to be disappointed. To my nose, now my perception of fragrances that do have certain aroma chemicals is that those dry aroma chemicals really overshadow the nicer ingredients in perfume, and that might just be my perception. I know other people that really like fragrances with these notes in and say that they really do smell the other ingredients, but the way that I experience fragrances with certain aroma chemicals, I feel like I'm ultra sensitive to them, and that's what I'm getting here. Is unfortunately for me those sort of dry woody accords are just overtaking everything. For me that means it's just not quite my cup of tea. I would love the other notes to shine more. I'd love to smell more of the peach, more of the tuberose. What else do we have here? Blackcurrant. Blackcurrant isn't obvious to me. And as I said earlier, there's this touch of a soapiness in here, and I still get a little bit of that as well. Yeah, it's a dark, mysterious, fruity floral with that sort of like with that sort of oudy, smoky thing. But for me personally, I just feel like that the dry, woody, oudiness just overtakes. And I wish everything else would shine through, and that part would be much, much, much reduced. That's my personal taste. But if you do like the kind of fragrances, with the kind of smell, if you just walk into Harrods and you really enjoy that just overall scent, which is usually very much that woody oud accord type thing. If you really enjoy that kind of thing in fragrances, you might enjoy Bukhara. I don't think this leans masculine or feminine. It's more of a woody fragrance, which I personally put woody fragrances as more masculine. But it is a combination, but it is just more on the woody side than it is on the fruity floral. But it is all there together, but it is a bit like you took a designer masculine fragrance that's kind of like woody with a little bit of an oud accord, and you mixed it with a designer female fragrance that's fruity floral, but you sprayed maybe 5 sprays of the masculine and 1 or 2 of the feminine, and then you have this fragrance that's kind of not masculine or feminine. It's just whether you like it or not. No one's going to think anything one way or the other. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say on this one. Unfortunately, it's not quite my taste, but if you like the sound of it, then obviously check it out yourself, see if you can sample it. My 2 favourites from Ormonde Jayne are Levant and Byzance, and they are really beautiful ambery, sweet, fruity florals. I think they are stunning fragrances. Levant in particular, because of the musky, the powdery muskiness of it is perfection. If you're a musk lover like me, then Levant is the one to try. But this was Bukhara. There we go, Bukhara from Ormonde Jayne. Let me know if you've tried it. Let me know if it sounds like your cup of tea or not. And hopefully I will see you in another video. Bye.